chose not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons, which I think was a smart move. But they still would like to have him provide some punch in terms of points off the bench.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the Kings pick up 2. Here's McLemore. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And McLemore slams it in.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace him, Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out. They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Back to Rondo. Takes a 3. No good. There's Foy with the 3. That misses. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Thunder lead by 6. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Coyle is out there with Roberson. Then it's Kyle Singler. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Durant in at the 4-man position. 6 on the shot clock. It's Curry outside. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Kyle Singler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Randy Ford. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Morrow. And Kosta Koufos picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Westbrook drives in. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Westbrook's got 12.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helpful. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have to build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Gay. And that one is hammered home.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And some changes here for the Kings. Quincy Ace has come in for Caspi. And it's Bellinelli in for Curry. Westbrook kicks to Adams. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Adams has got 6.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Outside Collison. Lets it go from deep. And he gets it to go. Collison's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Kings. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. The Kings making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter's checked in for Steven Adams. Ibaka comes in for Anthony Morrow. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Andre Robertson. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Kings. The Kings trail by 4. Collison, the pass to Cousins. Back to Collison. The three-pointer is right on target. Collison's got 9. And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner card his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Ben McLemore comes in for Darren Collison. Here's Durant. Kanter trying to free himself up. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Waiters.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
In the corner, it's McLemore. With the shot. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Cousins, and he slams it one-handed.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Thunder out in front. They lead by 4. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third.
Well, Westbrook has been great. He has 14 points, and he's done his job. Oh! Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Releases. Here's Cousins. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
For DeMarcus Cousins, his numbers have been flat out phenomenal. I mean, just incredible. Sometimes hidden by the lack of what's around him in Sacramento, especially, you know, Greg, when you compare last year's stats with other centers in the NBA.
Yeah, he's averaged nearly 5 points more per game than the next center. Top 3 in rebounding for all centers. This guy is the complete package down low.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
You know, guys, back to DeMarcus Cousins last season, he was top 3 for centers in assists and steals. He was in the top 7 in block shots.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I mean, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
And talking about Cousins, he's a franchise talent. No one debates that. He can take over a game anytime he feels like it. And heaven help the NBA if he ever starts feeling like it over an 82-game year.
Outside Durant. Ibaka right side. 4 on the clock. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Rondo. The Thunder with another miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Now here's McLemore. Defended by Durant. And McLemore slams it in.
The one-hand tomahawk for you.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last trip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him.
How about that, guys? A big-time answer. He says, you think you can score on me? Prepare for posterization.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Rondo drives in. Stolen by Durant. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars,